Hi, this is Michaelas Pokani, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are embarking on part 4 of this very great topic that speaks about things that you can control and those things that you cannot control in life. Now, as a young man, I want you to embark on this, listen to the previous videos that we spoke about, that it is surely true that there are things in life that you can control and there are those that you cannot control. Therefore, please maximize your time and your energy on the things that you can control, because that will be beneficiary to you. And I know it is tempting to focus on things that you cannot control, and you neglect the things that you can control, and you find yourself wasting time in fact, instead of controlling the things that you can control and making a progress out of it. Now, I want to speak today about behavior. And I want to emphasize that as a young man, surely you know that you can control your own behavior. But the behavior of others you cannot control. Because many times we are actually worried about the behavior of other people. We are worried about others, how they behave. We are worried about others, how they conduct themselves. But only to find that you cannot control that. And parents are worried about the behavior of their children. And we are worrying also about behavior of friends, relatives, and so on. And we spend time actually worrying about the behavior of others. Now, if you're having brothers, for instance, and sisters and siblings that are, say, drinking alcohol, they are drunkards, or maybe they are so much into drugs and so on. And as a young man, I know you're going to worry about them. But do you realize that it is a behavior that you cannot control, because it's something outside of your domain? If somebody has made the choice of behaving in a certain manner, it is going to take you trouble of worrying, but you cannot change the situation because you cannot control how they behave. Because people have got their own choices, they've got their own will. And therefore, based on their own will, people will choose things that they want to choose, and they will do things that they want to do. But I want to emphasize to you, as a young man, that if you start worrying about and being concerned about your own behavior, and start working on your own behavior to improve it, you're going to become a better person. But also I want to emphasize that when you behave right towards people, you are actually going to get back that good behavior back. Because sometimes it's up to us how we behave towards others in order to receive the reciprocate of exactly what we have actually put down to people. And our behavior towards people actually replicate to what they behave back to us generally. Now, as a young man, I want to urge you that you don't worry much about what people think about you. Please, don't worry much about how people behave towards you. Don't worry also on how people behave actually in life, because the behavior of others will actually destroy you when you start worrying about that. Now, there are some of you as young men who are actually spending more time and focusing on the behavior of your own friends. And until you yourself join them in their behavior, you are actually meditating upon their behavior, you are entertaining it until you yourself become part of that behavior as well. And behavior is infectious. And most of the time, the type of company that you keep, the people that you walk around with, and you concerned about their behavior and you participate in their behavior, and something that you are still in control to say, I can behave differently even when my friends behave this way. But we have seen you as young men, majority of you, and we have seen young men that will go and embark on behaving like their friends, while the behavior of their friends is in the control of their friends, not themselves. So therefore, I want to emphasize as a young man that be careful not to behave like your friends, because that gains you nothing. It is very important, therefore, that as a young man, you focus on shaping your own behavior, because that is the one that will make you to mature as a young man and become a better young man when you focus on working on your own behavior. If you are seeing your friends smoking drugs and dagga and so on, and you can actually decide on yourself and say, I'm not going to behave like them. I'm not going to do that. But immediately you join them and you come and say, it's because it was the behavior of my friends that made me to behave this way. You are actually not right. You are not truthful enough. And as a young man, I want to urge you that you may observe the behaviors of your own peers and friends. You may see them behaving in a certain way, but that should not concern you at all because you've got your own choice of type of behavior that you want to do. But I've said in the beginning that behavior comes out of the generation of thoughts. But whatever you think and meditate on, it will soon become the type of behavior that you behave in. But majority of our behaviors, remember, is because of the type of company that we keep, the people that we walk around with, people that we associate with. And I want to emphasize to you as a young man that be careful of the type of friends that you spend time with. Be careful of the type of friends that you associate with, because these are the very same people that can drill you down to a wrong behavior or to a good behavior. But you are in control of your own behavior. You can actually say no to no and tell them, I'm not going to be part of your behavior because I'm in control of myself. It comes back to what we have said earlier, that you need to live your life from inside out as a young man. Don't live your life from outside in, because the outside environment will always try to dictate to you the type of behavior that you need to conduct. But I want to urge you as a young man that don't do things that your friends do just because you want to please your friends. Don't subject yourself to peer pressure of behavior of your friends. Please, you're still in control of your own behavior. So therefore, you cannot control the behavior of your peers. And you cannot be part of them and say, I want to correct them. I want to get them to the narrow and straight road. You're not going to be able to do that. They are having their own decisions of what they want to do in their lives. So therefore, their behaviors will concern them, not much of you. And you must be concerned about your own behavior and make sure that you shape your behavior to an extent that it will be beneficiary to you. Now, your success is hidden in how you handle your behavior. But I know that some of us spend more time in being worried about the behavior of other people, and we neglect the moment or time that we have as an opportunity to shape our own behaviors. Now, as a young man, start focusing on your own behavior and shape it and get it better. And you are going to become a better person through shaping your own behavior rather than chasing after trying to correct and change people. You cannot change your friends. You cannot change your peers by changing their behavior. You cannot do that. But make sure that you change your own behavior, because that is what you're in control of. I want to end up here today. Your host, Makonas Pagane. Thank you very much for listening to us in this great topic. This was part 4. Of course, I will deal with part 5 tomorrow as we close this topic. But don't forget also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that notification button as well. And surely you will remember that we've got a Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. So please also join that page and like it, and make sure that you are notified when there are videos that we posted on these platforms. And you will learn out of that and become an extraordinary young man in this ordinary world. So that can help you, and you'll become a better person going forward. Allow me to go off now, and thanking you very much for being part of this great topic. May the good Lord bless you, and cheers for now.